That's how the nights in Vice City will sound like, engines roaring at midnight. Cars ripping down every block, smoke in the air, sirens in the distance. Vice City's wide awake, and the streets are just an arena. See, that's the noise of the city's heart refusing to sleep. In GTA 6, it isn't just a game that simply transitions from day to night. It's a world that awakens with new aggressive energy when the sun goes down. The past was quiet, but the new Leonida promises a city that never pauses, never rests, and never stops moving. This is VJ. We are not talking enough about the functional change of this nightlife. To truly appreciate this massive generational leap from Rockstar, we must first look at what Rockstar did in the past, GTA 5. In GTA 5, the night times was a basic filter. The lighting was static, the streets were empty, and the city was essentially paused. Now, compare that directly to the new Leonida. This is an ecosystem that aggressively changes the gameplay on how the player plays and how the player has to adapt as soon as the sun goes down. The first thing you notice is the lighting. It's not just bright, it's alive. Every reflection, every headlight bounce, every shadow feels real. The amount of lighting detail is overwhelming. Rockstar is leveraging ray tracing not just for reflections, but for global illumination and for dynamic shadowing. This is what brings the darkness to life. Notice how the neon light from this sign doesn't just reflect on the surface, it visibly illuminates the entire texture of a nearby wall or the side of the parked car. This saturation of color and glow bleeding onto the environment is what gives Vice City its unique, almost cinematic feel after dark. The shadows are no longer simple shading. They are soft, volumetric, and dictated by hundreds of individual light sources. But the real point is the gameplay. This lighting means that the darkness itself is a tool for the criminal. When you're being chased through the Everglades at 4 a.m., the headlights of the police cars are no longer just simple headlights. They are powerful, blinding beams that truly cut through the volumetric fog and darkness. But if you ditch your vehicle and retreat into a deep, unlit alleyway, the shadows are now complex, deep enough to provide real, functional concealment, forcing the cops to use their flashlights and drastically reducing their line of sight. The second thing at night you'll notice is a crowd simulation and the new NPCs' behavior. This is where the most powerful speculations come into play. Past games relied on simple repetitive scripts. GTA 6 is hinting at a new system where NPCs operate with complex routines, and with each individualized NPC, they'll have their own unique schedules, destinations, and moods. Nighttime is when the system really flexes. Imagine this, the bartender clocking out at 3 a.m. exhausted, just trying to get home. But then 2 blocks away, a drunk stumbles out the club at 1 a.m. looking for a ride that's never coming. Down the street, a delivery driver just starting its shift. Every NPC in this city runs on their own clock now, their own lives, their own goals, their own mistakes. It's not just background movement anymore, it's behavior. This leads directly to the core crime loop. We expect a refined wanted system where witnesses don't magically know your location. Instead, they give specific descriptions based on your clothing or vehicle. At night in a crowded area, the ability to fade into a crowd or quickly change clothes in a dark alley becomes a crucial mechanic for successful evasion, demanding a new level of realism and criminal planning that previous games never required. The darkness is your best friend when it comes to crime. This nightlife isn't just scenery. It's presenting both opportunity and consequences. The bars, poker rooms, and clubs scattered across Vice City aren't just static interiors anymore. They are alive and moving, full of life. Whether it be dealing, smuggling, doing crime, the city never sleeps. So if you're ignoring the night, you're not just missing atmosphere. You're missing half the game's economy. Its rhythm, its danger. The smartest player won't sleep. They'll adapt because this version of Vice City's fortune doesn't wait for the daylight. Finally, the night is Lucia and Jason's biggest asset. Lucia and Jason are products of the underground. They belong to them because it reflects who they are. Two people built by struggle surviving a world that only respects power and timing. The night is their comfort zone, their hunting ground, and their domain. To truly experience the revolution of GTA 6, you have to look past the surface level sun-drenched visuals. You must wait for the engines to roar and the sun to set. Alright, if you like what you saw today, consider subscribing, turn that bell on, leave a like, comment. Let me know what you think will happen at night in Vice City. This is Vice Jet, and we're just getting started. I'll see you in the next one.